It's time for your Sandusky Speedway weekly race recap show. Your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Duck.
Howdy.
What's happening? First off, like we always do, I want to thank all the veterans out there. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do shows like this and do the things we love. I want to thank all the military serving overseas the homeland, protecting what freedoms we have left. I want to thank all our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, and tow truck drivers. We appreciate you guys. Well, it's a long Saturday, Doug.
It was pretty long, yeah.
You know, long Saturday. Guess we'll start out. We had, 33 wheelman cars.
Right.
A couple of them through attrition. I believe we started 30, 31. There for a minute, looked like things were going to go well. And then the ninth lap hit, and,
Yeah. Usually through 1 and 2, if they make it through there, you figure it's going to be all right.
So, but it was a good race. Took a little longer than we'd like, but you have them nights, and I'll just go right into it. You have them nights. Trent went from Pure Stocks to try to make the wheelman race and blew up in hot laps, and he didn't just do it a little bit. He did it real well, and, we started out, what was that, 20 minutes on a cleanup. I mean, it was pretty bad, and then, we had All-American Iron Series, and quite a few wrecks in them. But we got through tonight. All in all, good show. Wheelman Series, once again, proves to be one of the best street stock series around. Will does a hell of a job over there, and I can't thank him enough. Sandusky Speedway can't thank him enough. All the support he gives us and we give him, and look forward to Kalamazoo, his next race, and then on Miler Friday night. So our winners on Saturday night, I hope I don't screw this up, because I wasn't up there for the last two races.
Right.
So in the Renegade Stock Series,
I want to be able to tell you.
The Renegade Stock Series, Benny Watson. The North Coast Stock Series, Rich DeWitt. Beginner Stocks, Brooke Tucker. I'm missing one. All-American Iron. Oh, boy. Hold on. I'll go find it. Sean. One of you guys, and I know I'm going to get in trouble for forgetting that. I had it in my phone. Let me go back. I'm not going to leave you out. How's that? I'm not going to leave you out. All-American Iron. I just had this talking to. Okay, Justin Andrews. I don't know why I forgot that. I had that in my, because I was talking earlier today about that with Larry. Guys, sometimes, you got good nights, you got bad nights, you have what I call hell nights, and they're unavoidable, and when that ball keeps rolling, it rolls. But I think we got through our hell night a lot better than what normally without torque cars. So I want to thank everybody that come out. Most of all, I want to thank the fans that come out. Hell of a fan count. We appreciate all the support from the fans. Got through the night. Moving forward, Doug. Moving forward. So,
what a weekend coming up.
Moving forward. What do we got coming up?
freebie weekend for the
I want to thank
fans.
Sharpnick Chevrolet. Sharpnick Chevrolet sponsored this weekend, and June 24th. We have free admission again, Doug. Free to come through the front gates. And, we have our North Coast Pure Stocks, North Coast Stock Series, I should say, Renegade Stock Series, Beginner Stocks, and the All-American Iron. Now, the All-American Iron, I'll get into that in a minute. It's running a 38 special Saturday night. So that's going to be a real good show, Doug. And I'll get into that in just a second. And as you know, I don't know. Me and Kevin sitting in the office and we're discussing some things at 2:30, 2 in the morning on Saturday, and we realized that CRS Truck Series is running this Saturday too. So we want to thank, like I say, we want to thank Sharpnick stepping up, making a free night in the grandstands. And just because CRS Truck Series coming in, we've already announced that it was going to be a free night in the grandstand. So, that's of course a lot bigger purses coming in. So we admitted that we made a mistake. Kevin put a little post out, maybe some people could be nice and help with that deal.
Yeah.
And so we want to thank Zap Innovations, RV Parts Express, Rush Repairs and Recovery, ECO Mechanical, and Sharon Jaycox for stepping up and supporting us with the CRS Truck Series. And we really do appreciate them too, along with Sharpnick Chevrolet. I mean, it'd be great racing. I talked to Billy this week. He said, and I talked to Glenn too, we're looking at 12, 13 trucks. Could be, higher, but safe numbers, 12, 13 trucks. We'll be going 30 laps. Through the years, Billy's done a hell of a job with this. It's been up, down. We had a tire situation where, we all went through the tire situation, Doug.
Right.
We couldn't get them. And Billy's in a worse predicament because the tires that they run are specialized tires. So he's done a great job with that series, through attrition, through bad times, through good times. He hasn't. So, he's doing real good right now. He's getting good truck counts again, bringing it back up. You won't want to miss this one. That should be a real good race. North Coast Stock Series would be a good race. The Renegades definitely be a good race. I'm going to tell you something. The All-American Iron Series is definitely going to be a good race. Now, they're going to run a 38 special, which means it's 38 laps. And I talked to Larry. We might have to take a break at halfway, because of fuel situation, Doug. Believe it or not, on them cars, the fuel cells aren't that big. And we might have to take a break. I'll talk to Larry about that tomorrow morning, talk to Kevin. But I won't be there. I'll be at Berlin. But 38 laps. They got a hell of a purse going out. I mean, a hell of a purse. Larry Justice raised a lot of money for this. Now, the rules are, and there's been some discrepancies. The rules are you had to run or be at the track to attempt to race. That doesn't mean features only. You had to hot lap, attempt to race, hot lap, heat races, qualifying, or race the feature. And at least 3 races prior to this race to be able to run this race. Now, let me be clear. That's the series rules. It was put out a long time ago. Sandusky Speedway supports, the series won't change that. We support Larry Justice and the All-American Iron Series 100%. So, they had a conversation about that Saturday, and that's what they decided, and that's the way it's going to go forth. So that's that. I'll also be clear on something else with the All-American Iron Series. Larry put it out after discussion. with Larry, Kevin J. Cox Jr., and myself, we're committed to the All-American Iron Series through the next couple of years. So, car count's always flux, Doug. You'll see 9 cars come out, and then a couple of them get tore up. Then you might see 5, 6. Then it goes back up to 10, through a season, especially at the beginning of a series like this. Some guys that are out there right now want to build cars and that, and are thinking about building cars, and then they're seeing, and I know this is why I'm making this clear. I know you're like, well, they're going to keep the series, not going to. Sandusky Speedway is committed to Larry Justice, who started the All-American Iron Series over the next couple of years. So it's not going nowhere. It is not going to go anywhere, and he's got our 100% support. So just want to be clear on that. And Larry said it on the All-American board, and I want to back that up here live, that we're committed to Larry and everything he's doing. We're grateful for everything, plus the drivers. The drivers are a good bunch of guys, just like all our drivers that we have come to Sandusky, good bunch of guys and girls. And I did want to wring their necks.
Well, I was just going to ask you.
I did want to wring their necks Saturday night, but
there was a bad wreck on the backstretch of those cars. Most of them will be back, right? It was.
I believe that orange car that you're talking about, they hit the wall pretty hard. Mustang. I believe he tested tonight.
Okay.
That car's fixed, and we'll be back. So
most of the other ones were just dents and
stuff that'll be back. And you guys got to understand, just like Renegades a step up. You got a lot of guys been running front wheel drives that run that Renegade class, and so you get wrecks. You just don't get them as much anymore for the simple fact that them guys have been running a while. Our beginner stocks, you're going to have some wrecks because they don't have a lot of experience. Even when you got 2, 3 cars, then you got, the All-American Iron Series, you got some guys that have raced and some guys that haven't. So you got to expect this starting out, Doug. We've gone several nights where we haven't had these issues of, the wrecks and everything like that. But you have to expect a couple of nights where, the inexperience or not knowing. And that's the thing, not knowing, where your position is on a car, where it's not supposed to be, where you got it. And that's gonna cause some wrecks. But, everything will be okay. Like I say, this group, great bunch of guys to work with. Can't say enough about them. I can't say enough about Larry. He raised a lot of money for this race this weekend, 38 Special, along with the Corey Phillips coming up July 15th. I mean, it's for big purses. I mean, it's for money. Normally the North Coast Stock Series would be happy. It's right. Good purse money, and and then like I say, you got CRS trucks along with that, and you got hell of a points battle. I don't pay attention to points, but I can only imagine a hell of a points battle brewing. North Coast Stock Series. Bobby's out there quite a ways, but Richie keeps winning. He gets on a roll. I know a couple more cars coming in this weekend. I believe Laney and Jedley took over points in Renegade Stock Series going into this weekend. I believe Bryant McCoy will be back this weekend, so I can't read.
How many cars do you need to run 2 heats rather than
here? And that's a good question, Kyle. And per the procedures, you have to have 10 or more, I believe is what it is. 10 or more before you split them up, per the procedures. Sometimes when you got 9 cars and it could be a disaster, you still got to put 9 out because it's a points night and a points race. And you might not agree with what I'm about to say, but you still got to put the 9 out because of the procedures and the point structure. And because once you break them up and, the 5 fastest go in the first heat, fast heat, and 4 slower ones go, or vice versa, 4 and 5, the slower heat may get more points. You know what I'm saying, Doug? You did the points. If they win the slower heat, they get more points than if they were 8th in a fast heat.
Right.
And according to the procedures, it's it's why I hate point racing, but it's an evil necessity. And so per the procedures that have been in place for a long time, up to 9 cars is 1 heat, 10 or more is 2 heats. Now, would I like to split them up more? Yeah. Yes, but especially, when, things could get a little hairy and you might lose a couple cars for the feature or something in a heat race, I'd love to. But I got Jarrett sitting there reminding me of the procedure when I go to try to do that, Doug. And
there's doggone procedures.
Yeah, so, that's problem you get into when you're point racing. And that's every track has points. It ain't like Sandusky's the only track that had points. Every local track has points, and everybody's running for points. A lot of people don't, but there is people that run for points. So you have to stick within the procedure. But it is a good question, and I'm glad you asked that because I did get asked that on Saturday night, and that was my explanation. I don't have to like stuff. I don't have to agree with everything or like every procedure, but I have to enforce it, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, and we will, probably. But so like I say, this weekend coming up, I want to thank them sponsors, most Sharpnick Chevrolet and Sharpnick out on Route 4, Gary Jordan. Can't thank them guys enough stepping up, Doug. They're going to be there Saturday night throwing T-shirts, can koozies, throwing stuff out, passing stuff out, jumping on board with us. It's great. You, the fans, once again, come through the gate. Do not have to pay. Free admission through the front gate. Like I also said, I want to thank Zap Innovations, RV Parts Express, Rush Repairs and Recovery, ECO Mechanical, and Sharon Jaycox for stepping up and helping with CRS Trucks. Thank God. It's something, we've been busting Brittany's balls, You didn't get it on the schedule, man, but honest to God, people, that deal, I remember when it took place, Cal Krebs, I was laughing about it. Cal was sitting in my truck with me. Kevin pulled up next to me. We're in turn 1. It was back a ways, before racing. Springport had to move Billy off that date this weekend for some odd reason. And I called Billy up and said, hey, I said something to Kevin. I called Billy, hey, you want a date? We'll run you that weekend if you want. He goes, yeah. We worked it out to run this weekend. And, if anybody's to blame, it's me and Kevin more than anybody for not making sure it was added in, because probably me more than anybody, but it is what it is. I want to thank them people who stepped up to cover my ass. And how's that, Doug?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to be here anyways. So, but once again, you come through them front gates, you don't have to pay a dime. I want to thank all the fans from this past weekend. I tell you what, I anticipated an okay crowd. We talked about it. Me and Kevin had at length talks about it, and it was overwhelming, the crowd that we had that we had come in the gates, and the people, and we thank the fans the most. Most of all, I don't care. I might get in trouble for saying this. I thank the car owners and the drivers the most, because you go to seminars and stuff like that. Your fans are the most important. Your fans, you are very important. Our car owners and drivers are the most important. Our employees are right there with them, because we can't run a track without employees. And the fans, you're right there with them too. But car owners and drivers, without you guys, we don't have fans. So I want to thank all you people that have been supporting Sandusky Speedway. It's been a great year, a real good year. Probably one of the better years we had starting out. And well, I didn't know you had a flat. It's always 3 laps for the tire from the time you get to your
I don't
pit.
know how many times we had to say that Saturday night.
Yeah. You know how Wheelman Series, there's probably about 60 laps went out for.
Right.
And that's the nature of the beast. That's another procedure that's been in place for years, especially at Sandusky. And sometimes you won't run that, Doug. You won't wait 3 laps in a race for 8 races, and then sometimes you might do it 8 times in one night.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's only fair to the drivers. And if we missed that with you, I apologize, but you have to get somebody's attention when you're pulling in, or to let us know that you got a flat. I didn't see it.
Usually we're pretty good at getting somebody over to you to find out what the problem is.
Right. And normally if we're under a red and you got a flat like that and you're going to the pit, I will go back to yellow. Keep the car sitting so you guys can change your tire and stuff. So, but other than that, I mean, I want to thank the sponsors and the fans and the drivers, mostly the drivers. I'll tell you, it's been a great year. And once in a while, like say you have your L night and it's snowball effect and there's nothing you can do. It's almost like a full moon, effects. We've gotten through that and we'll be fine. We had a great night. Overall, we had a great night.
Right.
Hashtag Sandusky Speedway. Want to thank Dean Henry, Big D's Pizza.
Don't forget, before we get to that, don't
Haley Deegan. We haven't talked about that for a while. August 19th. How Wheelman Modified Series comes in, along with the National Compact Tour, then North Coast Stock Series and that. Haley Deegan will be racing August 19th. National should be driving, I think, one of the Team Oliver Crystal cars. So don't want to forget that.
Right.
Got a lot of racing in between that, but just keep that in your memory that you don't want to forget Haley Deegan will be coming to town. I mean, so.
All right.
Okay, hashtag Sandusky Speedway. Big D's Pizza, Dean Henry, great supporter of not just us, Hammer Down Racing Report, our show we do on Sunday nights. And you want to support your local businesses.
Since you're a big bologna fan.
Oh, yeah. We got fried bologna now. Listen, we changed. Go ahead. Let's go through Dean's.
Yeah, we're gonna get everybody confused. This is Big D's.
Big D's Pizza in Clyde, Ohio. Hashtag Sandusky Speedway, chance to win a free pizza. He's got great food. Look at that, it's a new one.
Yeah, while we were talking earlier, that's what I was doing.
Oh. There you go. How many we got in?
We have 13 of 29.
Okay, last chance, people. I'll give you another minute here. And we changed some menu items around.
At the track now.
Yes, at the racetrack. We have fried bologna, and I'm telling you right now, it's good. It's real good. If you like bologna, fried bologna, we got funnel cake fries.
What they call? Yeah, funnel fries or something. Yeah,
funnel fries. I tell you what, I had some the other night.
You did.
I had some.
Really?
They never listen. I got it. I was standing there talking to Laura, and I got it, and I ate one, and they never made them
back up
outside.
To the tower. No.
They never made them outside the tunnel. They were gone. So and we sold a lot of them. Like I say, take a look at our concession menu. We changed some stuff up. Brittany and Kevin, I believe we got them. I don't know what all. Take a look. We've got some new items.
If they send us over the menu, we might be able to post it somewhere.
They've expanded it and did some different things with Brittany and Laura, going over some stuff. And
we have unsweetened iced tea too.
Yes. And sweetened. Sweet and
No.
unsweetened.
No,
Yeah,
Sour
we got.
there wasn't.
We didn't. Sold
Because
out.
that's what I wanted.
Sold out. Sold out.
So,
By 5. Well, let me tell you something. We've like I say, I want to thank all the fans. We've had a great year, so it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't sell out of some of that.
Right.
But I mean, I can only thank our fans. That's the reason why it's going on. So, all right, people, here we go.
All right. So this is for a large pizza.
Big D's Pizza, Dean Henry, Clyde, Ohio.
All right, you just got in there, Heather, and we're off and running.
Off and running.
Need some music for this. John
Young. Oh, he'll get it too. He's over there. John saying, "I finally won something other than tickets."
Chris, you're like 30 seconds late.
Oh, Chris Stevens. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll spin for 2 free tickets for Saturday night.
In the stands?
In the grandstands. It's free to get in, Chris. I'm just kidding. So, all right. Thank you, Dean Henry, Big D's Pizza. Once again, like I say, I can't thank Sharpnick Chevrolet enough. Gary Jordan over there in Route 4 put it together, got involved. They're the big sponsor for the weekend. Without them, you'd be paying to come in. With them now, it's free general admission through the front gate on Saturday night. So once again, we already got the next regular show of, I believe it's July 15th. That one's already sponsored for free general admission on that one. Got the Renegade Rumble coming up June 30th. And the Outlaw Supers come in. Larry Gibson and his bunch come in on July 1st. And we'll have Larry on next week. Go over that. And I talked to Larry last night, I believe it was. And I'm telling you, we're looking at 10 to 12, the 350 Supers. And that's a good deal. I'm looking forward to seeing them guys come into town on July 1st. So some big racing. Don't forget 38 Special All-American Iron Series this Saturday. 38 laps. Big purse. You must have run 3 races, not races. You must have attempted hot laps, qualifying, heat race, or feature. Any one of the combinations 3 times in order to qualify for the 38 Special. CRS Trucks will be in town along with our other divisions. Oracle Stock Series, Renegade Stock Series, Beginner Stocks. And the best thing about it is it's free. I can hear Chris. Don't pay no attention.
Wait, before you go, are you doing Hour in the Tower anymore?
When I come back.
Okay.
Yes.
And then can you kind of? It was oh boy. Lights.
Wait, let me see that. Well, Dave, here's the deal. I'm sorry you felt that way. I'm sorry you got to come up on my live and say that, but that's your prerogative. That's your first, you're right. Yeah, we planned that. We planned standing there when all the cars are going out on the front stretch for the How Wheelman Series, and we planned for the smoke to come out of the lights and 2 light poles go out. That was all planned so someone like you could come on here and say it was a shit show because of the lights. But I'm glad we could make you happy over it. That plan worked out just to piss you off. It wasn't planned. The lights went out as we're pushing Ohio Wheelman Series cars out there to get them on the front stretch. Both poles went out. When me and Kevin were standing there talking, man, it got dark. Look up, and the wires are smoking. There's stuff that happens out of our control. Now, if you'd rather us went, we made a decision and said, put the truck lights, lights over there. Let's get through this show. Or if you'd rather us says, you know what, We know you all paid to come in the gate, but come on back tomorrow about 11. We'll run this feature. So either way, either decision we make, somebody is going to be unhappy about something, because whenever you make a decision at a racetrack, you're going to piss somebody off. Right. Evidently, you're that guy that we pissed off, and I apologize. But, if you think that we planned that to piss you off, you're wrong. Because I can tell you two guys whose blood pressure probably went up 100 points and stress level went up 200 points. When that happened, it was me and Kevin Jaycock standing there looking at it. Instead, I get what you're saying, but instead, we did everything we could to make sure you, the fans, didn't have to come back the next day to get that show in. And I want to thank the people that took the time to make that happen in the infield.
Right.
And other than that, it's, there's stuff that's out of your control. And that was definitely out of our control. It's something you never want to happen. And ain't no different than in 94, I believe it was, Doug. I was telling this story. We were the main event show, and that's when a Econo Press Sprint Series, Chris Stevens, you might remember that, was running around with the main event show, and it was 24 sprints coming into the 2, getting ready to come out of 2, and the whole backstretch light shut off in the middle of a feature. It's something you don't plan on. It happens. So it ain't like this just happened because it's 2023. That happened in 1994 too. It happens. We're lucky we even raced. And I want to thank Cale Krebs, for all the work that he put in this winter and the different drainage stuff that we did throughout the winter. And because I can honestly tell you, I don't know where you live or anybody else lives. We got 3 inches of rain in about an hour. And I can tell you right now, a year ago in June, the track would have still been flooded. Mm-hmm. So because, the work Cal did and myself, we raced. We actually practiced Friday at 4:00. So it ain't for a lack of effort that we're fixing things up. Thanks for noticing the fence that we put the barrier wall up with the fence up. Thanks for noticing all the barrier wall we put around the track. I appreciate all the compliments on that from you, Dave, but I'm glad you pointed out one bad thing that happened right in the middle when we're, can't please everybody. Sorry, so you're 1% out of how many other people. So, if I get a 1% that's pissed off, I'm doing pretty good. Don't you think, Doug?
Yeah, I agree.
So other than that, you got anything, Doug?
Chris Stevens is looking for a car for the Rumble. So if you got a car,
there you go.
And I think he even said rent. In that.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope to see you Saturday night. Remember, Sharpnick Chevrolet over there. We want to thank them guys for putting up the money and free general admission this weekend. Can't thank them enough. I want to thank the other sponsors for picking up mine and Kevin's, or mine, I guess, and anybody's slack. Zap Innovations, RV Parts Express, Rush Repairs and Recovery, ECO Mechanical, and Sharon Jaycox. So there you go.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. God bless y'all, and God bless America.
See ya.